dealing with here on the West Coast. No tornadoes. We're seeing a gorgeous, gorgeous night, and it was actually a cooler day than we're used to seeing at this time of year. And of course, we're welcoming that with open arms. Downtown Bakersfield still shining bright, 68 degrees. Winds have calmed down to 6 miles per hour out of the west. Sun will set in a little bit less than an hour right now, actually. And winds will continue to be a bit of a problem. We're about 30-mile-per-hour winds right now in Lancaster, 22 in Tehachapi, and then a nicer 9-mile-per-hour winds over in Porterville. This is all keeping us into wind advisory. This entire tan area in the Kern County mountains and deserts will stay in the wind advisory until about tomorrow morning. Of course, Elena Rusk will be tracking that for you to let you know if it is extended. Problem spots are going to be along the Grapevine highways 58, 14, and 138. So if you are traveling around there, please take caution as blowing dust could really be picked up by those wind gusts. We're talking 55-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and visibility could be reduced. But temperatures, on the other hand, are a great thing. We're seeing 75 out in Vegas, lower 60s, mid 60s over in San Diego, 60 up in Redding, cooler 56 in Reno, 73 in Fresno. So definitely a nice change. And in fact, we're warming up a little bit from what we saw this time last night. A good 7 degrees in Tehachapi and Porterville, 10 over at the Edwards Air Force Base. And we're staying a little bit warmer than yesterday here in Bakersfield. We got up to 75 in Lake Isabella, 78 over in Ridgecrest, and then 52 in Tehachapi and upper 70s for the rest of the valley floor. All thanks to this low pressure system that's really going to be lingering into tomorrow as we say goodbye to that storm that we saw on Friday, which brought us over a quarter of an inch of rain. So, of course, that's better than nothing, but unfortunately, the cold air is not here to stay. The winds will stay for the next couple days, but we're tracking this high over here that should hit us by about midweek, bringing in warm air and warmer conditions, going to heat up temperatures into the mid-90s. So we could be breaking some records this week, but we'll, of course, keep you updated on that. Unfortunately, air quality is going to be reduced to moderate tomorrow, so that's something to look out for. And then we're going to start out our day at 51 for those of you going to the bus stop at around 7:30. Clear, calm, cool conditions, and then it's going to be a pleasant 77 degrees rather, for a high tomorrow before things really start to heat up. Tomorrow for the rest of the valley, we'll get up to 76 in Arvin and upper 70s for the rest of the floor. Overnight lows staying in the upper 40s to low 50s, but clear skies and winds shouldn't be a problem there along the valley floor. But as we make our way over to the mountains, things are going to get breezy. 15 to 20-mile-per-hour winds at overnight lows in the upper 30s. Not reaching freezing, but very close. You're going to want to bundle up there. And then over in our desert, breezy conditions as well as those winds linger. A high of 80 in Ridgecrest. So here are your 7-day numbers. Starting a day at 77 tomorrow, and then we're going to jump over 10 degrees into Tuesday for a high of 88, and then rounding out the rest of the work week in the mid-90s before we drop into the upper 80s for the weekend. So things are really going to be heating up, and in Lake Isabella as well. Staying out at the mid-80s over for the week, and in our Tehachapi Mountains, we'll see a high of 63 tomorrow. Heating up into the upper 70s, mid-70s this time next weekend. But of course, do watch out for those winds. They will be in advisory, but like I said, Elena Rusk will keep you updated tomorrow morning on what you can expect as far as traveling.
All right, thanks, Lauren. Still ahead.